Greeting once again, Portfolio Nerds. I'm Mr. Specht.
And I'm Miss French.
And today you're going to show us something very cool.
I am going to show you something very cool. Today we are going to explain to you the inspiration page you will be filling out. Now, the reason we have an inspiration page is because we oftentimes give you assignments in which we want you to really connect. We want you to like your subject matter. We want you to like it enough to put the effort into really creating a great piece of art. So, for your inspiration page, we're going to have you list 3 things in a variety of categories that are, let's say, your favorite. So you can always refer back to this if you need, let's say, a movie character or a quote. You can look on here, and your favorites will be listed here. So, Mr. Specht and I are actually going to take you on a tour of our favorite things. Basically, our top 3, maybe top 1 or 2, depending, on each category in this list. So your first category is Disney characters. If you don't know, Mr. Specht and I are big Disney fans.
And if you're not a Disney fan, you will be by the end of the semester.
Yes, you will.
Forcibly.
So, Disney characters. Now, Mr. Specht, the way I chose was my favorite Disney character, my favorite Pixar character,
Nice.
and my favorite Muppet. All 3 of which are owned by Disney.
Disney realm. Disney owns everything cool.
Yes, so my favorite Disney character, Mr. Smee. My favorite Pixar character is Woody. He's been talking all
I
day.
was close to being scared that time.
See? And Fozzie Bear.
Those are 3 excellent selections.
Thank you.
I went this way. I chose first one of the Fab 5. Picked my Fab 5 Disney character, Donald Duck. Then, jump over to Pixar, go with Mr. Incredible, because I love Mr. Incredible. I actually like Golden Age Mr. Incredible better when he was younger and he had the blue suit. But, you know, they don't really have a lot of
This
stuff.
is the Incredible symbol.
It is. Know that first, day 1. And then my last one I went, what's my most favorite, not obscure, but more obscured character, and I went Scrooge McDuck.
I like Scrooge McDuck.
DuckTales.
DuckTales Scrooge McDuck is pretty awesome.
They should watch that too. YouTube DuckTales.
Go watch DuckTales.
After this.
Okay, movie characters is next, and this could be any movie character. So I went with Tony Stark.
Tony Stark's an awesome movie character.
He's a pretty awesome movie character. If you don't know, Tony Stark is the man behind Iron Man.
Yeah.
Next, Harry Potter.
Oh, that's a good
awesome.
one. That's an awesome one.
Yes. And then Mouth from a fabulous movie that you need to see.
Day 1.
Goonies.
Goonies.
In fact, for another, let's see.
Goonies.
Goonies.
That's a must watch.
It was on TV last night.
I think last year we probably told the kids almost every other day to watch
Goonies.
I picked Marty McFly from
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Also, see Back to the Future.
I picked Chewbacca from
Star Wars. That's Chewbacca.
That's Chewbacca. In case you didn't know, that was Chewbacca. And then Indiana Jones.
He's pretty awesome.
The last one, I was just like, what do I pick for my third? I'm like, come on, Indiana Jones.
If you don't know, Indiana Jones is both a professor, so he was a teacher,
and
he went on great adventures, so he's a good influence.
And we do
for
adventures.
teachers. We do.
That's
Next is cartoon characters, any kind of cartoon character. So I went with Arnold from the fabulous Nickelodeon show Hey Arnold.
I know him.
Currently on the Nicktoons channel.
The other 2 I don't know.
Ginger Foutley was on a Nickelodeon show called As Told by Ginger, and she was a middle schooler going through middle school stuff. She was pretty cool, and she had a brother who did little adventurous things but was kind of gross.
I like her name.
Thank you. And the last is Dipper Pines from a new Disney Channel show called Gravity Falls. And
I like the name of that show.
Gravity Falls is pretty awesome. The artwork's great, but Dipper and his twin sister Mabel are awesome.
So Nick Disney.
Nick Disney, yes.
Okay. Mine was Nick Fox, Cartoon Network. Ready? So let's start with the first one. Nick Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy.
So awesome.
Krusty the Clown is my
Nice.
favorite Simpson character, followed by Milhouse, but I didn't want to put 2 Simpsons. And then Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory was my third choice, because again, I wanted to choose someone interesting, and I kind of like that it's a little kid with like a German accent.
I like that you say laboratory, because Did I say
Well,
laboratory?
but that's how he says it in the show.
See, I don't watch Dexter's Lab. Okay, next up is animated movies. So, for animated movies, I went first Toy Story. This is Toy Story 3's box. It doesn't matter to me. I love them all.
Yeah, at this point you kind of...
They all just go together. It's like
It's one of those trilogies that all the way through is amazing, so you might as well just combine it and
It's
just
very
be like,
true.
this is just awesome.
Next, Tangled.
Do I get to borrow that?
Yeah, I don't think it's in there.
Oh.
And my last one, I couldn't find my case for. I love Ratatouille.
That almost made it on my list.
So, now, the reason I love Ratatouille is because I like to eat, and Ratatouille makes me hungry. I don't care if the rat's cooking me dinner. I just want food.
Yeah, I almost picked Ratatouille too. I tried to keep it down to just like movies from different directors and different movie studios. So when it came to, again, Pixar, I went with Incredibles again because, again, the action figure, the shirt, the lifestyle, Incredibles. And then, I'm not sure if you knew this, my favorite Disney movie of all time is Peter Pan. Oh, sorry.
He said it before I could guess.
Did you know that was my favorite
I
Disney
did know
movie?
it was your favorite Disney
Yeah,
movie.
I just always like that. I like...
and my favorite Disney character is from his favorite Disney movie.
It's true. And then I picked my third is always more obscure. I picked, have you ever seen Howl's Moving Castle?
No.
It's a really good film.
I have heard you speak of it, though.
It's a very good film. It's a Miyazaki film. And it's a really great film. Some of these categories are ridiculous. Live action movies.
Live action movies.
Three picks. I let her pick Goonies.
By the
I knew
way,
she was going to do it, so.
not only did we pick, but you are also required to pick things that are school appropriate. So,
That's true.
nothing rated R.
Wait, let me look at my list again. Yep, we're good.
School appropriate. Second in line is, and I had to do this because there's no way, all the Harry Potter movies. So all 8 Harry Potter movies.
I like that.
It's
I'm
a
okay with
collective. And last is the Avengers. Did love the Avengers.
that. Yeah, which is also awesome. You know what's awesome is that everything on your list were like ones that would have made it on my list if I didn't have to only pick 3. So like I picked Back to the Future, which I love. Marty
Pretty
McFly,
awesome.
so there. Lord of the Rings, specifically 2 Towers.
Okay.
And then finally Dark Knight. Do you have TV shows?
I do have TV shows because I
Man, you got
watch
TV
a lot of TV.
This was a hard category for me.
See, it was not hard for me because I watch a ridiculous amount of TV. So, number 1 for me was the Vampire Diaries, which is a teen vampire show.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Coach Henry watches it too.
Coach Henry?
He really likes it. So
Likes
if you
the
would like to
Vampire
talk about
Diaries?
something with Coach Henry, go talk to him about the Vampire
I
Diaries.
will.
Next is what I think should be Mr. Specht's favorite show, yet he doesn't even watch it. Big Bang Theory, which, by the way, he has given speeches in the past that you think are from Sheldon, and he doesn't watch the show. It's very sad to me. By the way, there's nothing in that mug.
There is water.
My last show, Guilty Pleasure, Pretty Little Liars. Awesome.
All right, TV shows. Let's do a little work. Ready?
Okay.
Lost.
Not on anymore.
Not on anymore. Do they have to be on still?
No.
Okay, good. Lost. Because when that show went off the air, I really stopped watching TV. I love that show. Number 2, Batman the Animated Series.
Nerd.
Because that is like the quintessential, if there is the best cartoon of all time, it might be that one. That show was amazing. And then finally, Man vs. Food.
Love Man vs. Food. Okay, next we go to books, which, oddly enough, Mr. Specht has 3 books in front of him, despite the fact he very rarely reads. Okay, so my first favorite book is Beautiful Creatures. It is 4 books. The 4th book will come out in October, and they are currently making a movie.
Is it scary? It looks scary just judging from the cover.
It's not necessarily scary, but
So-
it's very good.
It kind of tricks you a little bit.
Second was all 7 Harry Potter books. I didn't bring all 7, but I brought 1. Okay, I brought book 2, but all 7 Harry Potter books. And the one he's making fun of me for, I have the digital copies of the Hunger Games trilogy.
All right, my books. Ready? Number 1, The Hobbit. Can you see the book there? Hobbit, good. That was the first one. Number 2, Peter and the Starcatchers. And this is a more current book. This one
It
came
is.
out not too long ago. And I love these books. There was like 4 or 5 of them now.
Yes,
I
there were.
haven't read all of them yet, but
I
And
like
then-
his other series myself.
Check out this old school, and this is one I had when I was a little kid. I really like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That was like the first, I think that was like the first like real deal book I read as a child.
Okay, places, real or fictional? So, my first place is Epcot.
It's
We
kind
love
of real
Disney.
and fictional.
It is kind of real and fictional. We love Disney, and Epcot is by far my favorite park. So, my second one, I've only been to once, but I loved it. Here's a travel picture from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter
In front of the train.
in front of the Hogwarts Express. Pretty darn awesome.
Did you shoot the steam at you?
Yes.
That part's cool. It scared me when that happened.
And my last place is the beach. Very real, very awesome.
I find that all mine are fictional worlds, so I picked Oz, followed by Neverland, and finally Asgard.
That is a good place. I did not think of Asgard,
Mrs.
but
Specht
you know what?
reminded me. She's like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to be in a place full of like warrior people?
Wouldn't it be in a place where Thor lived? Okay, you can start with cities.
Okay, cities. Picked my hometown Buffalo first. Then, kind of in the Olympic mode, so I picked London. Plus, I've been there before. I've been to very few other countries, but I've been to England and I went to London. And then, aside from that, I picked Beijing because I thought the Beijing Olympics were awesome and I thought it looked like a cool place. So those are my three.
Cool. I went with New York City as one of my favorite places. Love that place. Second, I also went with London. I like.
Did you watch the Olympics?
I watched some of the Olympics, but
Same.
I more like the what we see of London and Epcot. I like my red boots and the Union Jack everywhere. That's cool to me.
The Union Jack is the British flag.
British flag, look it up.
And last, Key West. Love Key West.
Things in nature. This is such a weird category. This
I
took
know.
some thought. I like how like you went
By
down
the
the list.
way, we don't go outside much, so.
Oh, I hate nature in most regards, but there are a few things I like. Ready?
Ready.
1, waterfalls. Used to live near Niagara Falls, so waterfalls.
That's true.
Number 2, the moon. Because, guess what? It controls the tides.
It does.
How awesome is that? Finally, seashells. See how I went from like the moon to like seashells? You see, I juxtaposed my two likes against one another. Juxtapose. Vocab word.
Okay, so I went with waves.
Waves
because
are
you
good.
can find those at the beach.
But
I-
moon controlled by the moon. FYI, just so you know.
Thank you. Dark clouds. I like dark clouds. They're cool.
That's kind of an interesting choice.
And autumn leaves, which we almost never get to see here in Florida.
You know what's interesting I'm noticing about all three of yours? All three of yours make you seem really deep. Like waves, dark
Whereas
clouds,
I'm so
and autumn
superficial.
leaves. Well, no, I mean like mine's like seashells in the moon, yay! But yours are like, I love waves, dark clouds, autumn leaves. I'm like a little kid.
Animals. Oh. I like moose.
I think most of your kids know that.
They do generally know that. If I had a favorite animal, and it's tied with my second favorite animal, which would be a crab. Because crabs are kind of ocean and nautical-like. But moose is my favorite land animal. Definitely like the moose. So moose, crab, and giraffes.
Giraffes are awesome.
Giraffes are pretty cool.
Ready?
Yes.
Here's mine. Maybe I should have went first on this category too. Turtles! Because turtles are awesome. They win races and such against rabbits.
And they carry their home with them.
And they carry their home with them. They're like the mobile home of animals. Ducks! Because two of my favorite Disney characters are ducks.
Does that make sense?
See? That was the only reason I got that. And dachshunds, because I have a dachshund. And because wiener dogs are just so much fun to make fun of.